Welcome everybody to the Trash Talk Experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Trash Talk.
Who are you, by the way? Just say your name, please.
Trey.
Trey, what's your name?
Son.
I'm Abob. Welcome back to the Trash Talk Experience. I got my intro in. Anyway, it's been a while. We haven't been around for like a month or two.
Yeah.
Bro, I was so surprised. The one person I was like sure that wouldn't want to be jumping back on the podcast was him.
Okay,
and he was like full like, bro, when are we doing the podcast? I was amazed.
So by the time we finished the last episode, I was done with podcasting.
So for reference, we knew Abob was going overseas, so we recorded like 3-4 episodes in a day. And so we progressively released them. So we actually took about 2 months off, even though like between videos it's only about a month off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Go on.
So I think this podcast does not represent me as a person, my upbringing as a good devout Muslim.
Yeah.
So I thought I need to be a bit more reflective of my self-beliefs. And this podcast doesn't represent my beliefs properly. And I kind of put on a facade of being someone that I'm not.
Right. Yeah.
So with that in mind, I was like, I'm not going to be part of this establishment anymore.
You know what
Since
changed? You know what changed for him, I think?
What?
Bro, I think he needs like a safe space. Because this guy's getting bullied at work. No one listens to him at home. So he needed I need an outlet where I can come and just say my thing. So he's like, I think we should start the podcast back up again.
You're a devout Muslim, bro. Where's your hijab, brother? What's going on here?
He's got one knee covered. That's fine. Like half a devout Muslim. Anyway, yeah. Why did you want to come back on? Like, why were you so adamant? Like, oh yeah, we should start back up again.
I think I was saying silly shit just to get some more views, but that is not me, and I would want to change that now. I want to be a proper Muslim, and I want to use this podcast as a platform to express my extremist views. Why were you guys away?
Away?
Yeah.
Why was I away? Yeah, I was traveling. I told you this.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I went to Dubai. I went to Pakistan. I went to Turkey.
Bro, let's get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, what?
Did you find a wife?
Nah. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did try, but it wasn't that easy, bro.
What's the point of spending all this money?
What?
Come empty-handed back.
I didn't come empty-handed.
Brother, if I went to Dubai,
He didn't come empty-handed.
Whoa! I missed it. Say it again.
No, you say your thing.
No,
what was
go
this
for
Dubai
it.
thing?
No, go.
No, I got experiences out of it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn.
In Dubai, they have this thing. I was first day, I was third day there. Okay, so me and my sister were just walking. We're like, oh, let's just explore the town that my uncle lives in. It's not a town. It's like a city area, whatever. So we're walking, and then I see a lot of just cars just dispersed on the ground. The backside was white, but on the front it was very colorful. So I couldn't see from afar what it was. Then me and my sister kept walking. The minute I walk over them, but they're cars for hookers and stuff, right? So there's this ladies.
Hookers, ladies.
Yeah, ladies, yeah. So they're just and then I'm with my sister, so I just gaze up this.
You just picked it up.
No, just kept walking.
Tying your shoelace.
I'm like, oh, this is weird. We're walking over these.
I'm confused. How does it work though?
Men just have all these cards on them, and they go in areas where they know it's just bachelors or men
Indians.
coming from Indian, Pakistan, whatever, and they just throw them on the streets, and then they have a number and a picture of a lady in front of them, and it's Sheila, this, that, the other.
How do you know it's a scam, bro?
Because then
I called him up.
No. Next day, two to 3 days later, I'm walking with my cousin, and we walk past the same thing. See all these cards. He looks down. I look down. We look back up at each other. He's like, "I'll tell you a story." So as we're going by, he goes, "Okay, the story with these things is it's a scam that they run to target these men. They disperse the cards. The men who are like, oh yeah, I want to call this number up. They call this number up. And it's normally a lady that speaks to them, full British accent, full American accent, tells them, oh yeah, we have these services. You just come down to Dera, you come down to Bardubai area, whatever, and meet us at this location."
So your cousin's telling his experience.
So pretend you've just picked up the card and you're calling the number, right? Just dial it real quick.
Sure. Hello.
Hello.
Hey baby, how you going?
Depends on how this conversation goes.
So yeah, that's what my cousin tells me. And then he's like, I'll send you a link. So he sends me this Reddit link. You go on it. It's full of stories about men who've gone and then gone scammed out of this. So they end up there. They go in and they expect a white lady to greet them. They go inside, African lady, and then she closes the door and starts holding him. It's give me money or I'm not gonna let you go. And that's a scam that they run. And then
So is it deception that's a scam or?
Like if you expect
No, I mean it's a deception.
Yeah.
But like, are they still?
They're scamming money because they're not gonna do anything with you either. They're just like, we're gonna scream like that you're trying to take advantage
No,
of
but
us.
thing
this, that,
is,
the other.
fundamentally, I would like to think maybe I'm just being.
You're sick-minded.
No, but like physically, if she's holding me, I can run away, bro. Or
African lady, you never know,
shit,
but they have
bro.
different strength. But yeah, so and then sometimes they have like other guys in there as well as that
Like-
hold them like.
into
Yeah,
hostage or
yeah,
whatever.
would be.
Yeah. So that's the scam that they run over
I
there
think
in
Sun's
Dubai.
more like it's not the give me all your money part Sun's worried about. It's the part where he's expecting an American girl and an African girl comes in.
No, I mean, like, fundamentally,
Yeah,
biology is the same.
biology is the same.
You just go.
Just
Bro,
the,
look at my cousin just into this episode now, so I can't be explicit now.
oh yeah, so yeah, we were watching the Cricket World Cup. We were like immersed in cricket. I think this is the most Pakistani I've felt in a long time,
I
bro.
was even Pakistani for a few weeks there.
Yeah. You like we saw you at the cricket game, so it was good that you showed up. But yeah, like that's organizing like cricket like tickets for everyone, and then like organizing how we're gonna get to these stadiums, and like organizing everything was amazing. Like it was a good World Cup overall. But yeah, we went twice to Melbourne to watch the
In the
Pakistan
second
game.
semi-
What was the highlight for you for like the whole World Cup
I
experience?
think Pakistan New Zealand game
Yeah.
was my particular specific highlight.
Yeah.
Because we won the game,
Was
man.
that
Yeah.
the semis?
Yeah,
Semis,
semi-final
yes.
we won. But yeah, I like the thing was like being in the crowd.
Actually,
that was the
the
highlight.
curry beef pie, bro. That was sick at SCG.
The curry beef.
What?
Bro, the curry beef pie at SCG.
Oh, I thought you said like beef with someone. I'm
No,
like,
no. So they had this Pakistan specific pies at SCG. They don't serve it any other game. So first game we win was Pakistan South Africa. I don't want to pay $9 for a pie. So some of my colleagues from work came to the game. Now they're white people and like they buy a lot of food at the games. I'm
Yeah.
one of the, like we're Pakistanis, bro.
Yeah.
We
we bring our own like
We bring our own food.
stove and whatever
So,
to cook it.
my colleagues got a lot of like whatever stuff like
Yeah.
just munchies from the stadium,
Chips and stuff. yeah,
chips and
whatever.
like chips, nuggets, all those stuff
Yeah.
that they bought at the game itself. So they had some extra. So I was like, and I'm gonna try a beef pie. They had, bro, it's one of the best pies I've had in Sydney, and I've eaten a fair bit of pies.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, bro, this is sick. I still didn't pay for it, but I had one. Next week we went to England,
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka game.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna have my second iteration of the beef pie,
Yeah,
but apparently it's only specific for Pakistan games. They made a curry pie, which is kind of racist.
interesting.
What's
So-
racist about it? They're gonna target what the people that
Yeah,
show up.
So I still bought a pie, expecting it to be the same beef pie, but it was just random as gravy pie, and it wasn't nice at all. I had to hide this with ketchup just to get it down.
Okay.
So when Pakistan came in semi-finals against New Zealand, I realized I can have this pie again, which I did, and I think that was my highlight.
He pays the full ticket just to eat the pie.
Yeah, I think he showed up like there was like we have one of our friends, bro. He just showed up to the game just to walk around the stadium and like just mingle with the crowd. We didn't see him for like most of the game. So people had their own agendas going to the game and stuff.
I was telling everyone that this is the prime opportunity to find a wife.
At the
because-
stadium.
Because the girl is with her family, so you can directly ask her father.
It wasn't the
Well, that
case
was
with all of them. It wasn't the case with all of them. Bro, the weird thing is you can't tell how old people are. So if you walk up, it might be like a young girl. That
That is
looks
true.
weird as hell.
I feel
Well,
like it's difficult to tell.
I think the
Yeah.
best way is just look at their hands, bro. If they have a finger on, no eye contact, just look down and look
If
away.
they have a finger on,
As in like, fuck.
a ring on.
Ring on, ring on.
But a
That's
ringless
only
girl
the-
could still be like
18, bro.
25,
Huh?
26.
I don't think that's true, bro.
Yeah.
Let's run it back one more time.
You can't tell in public how old people are, and you approach them is like, what the hell's going on?
So
Yeah.
I did a dice roll before. So when we were going to Melbourne second time around,
Yeah.
one of our friends was with us. We usually don't hang out with him, so we set him up on a dating app,
Yeah.
Muslim one.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we as guys had to go through all the options we could get in the first free. Like, 'cause you get a certain amount of
Yeah.
swipes.
That's like a favorite pastime for guys on a boys trip. Set someone up on Tinder or some
Uh-huh.
dating app.
Thing is, for me personally, the ego comes through. I'm like, I don't want to get laid through this app or whatever, so I want to do it
But
organic.
I'll
But
help
it's
my
not
friend
working
do it.
either. Oh. It's not working either. Oh. So when my friend set this account up, I was going through his options in my mind, like, bro, left swipe so I can get onto it and I can right swipe. Anyways, And we're just going through girls, and I'm like, I want to like sign up to this.
Yeah.
But then my friend started pushing me. I said, I'm gonna do a dice roll. If it's yes, I'll sign up straight up. If it's no, then I'll take as a sign. Don't do it. It was came out no, bro.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Wow.
So
Devout man, bro.
But you have been previously honest, so it's not like it wasn't your
this is
first.
5 years ago now.
With his dice rolls,
Yeah.
he is asking God every single
No,
time.
no, I know
should I
that.
do
Yeah,
this?
yeah, I know that.
No.
Yeah. Why don't you use
Wow.
something else? Just coin.
MashaAllah.
Just keep a coin.
Nah, so dice roll is big probabilities. It's 1 to 100. The website I use, I can have an option from 1 is to 100.
Well, let's buy him a dice, like a
Nah,
real
but
dice.
that's like six is easy,
No,
bro.
we'll buy you one which is like multiple corners or whatever.
But with 1 is to 100, I'm getting a definite choice from God.
Yeah.
Do this or don't do this.
So how do you set it up when one is 200?
So I say X choice, give me a number. It gives me this number. Y choice, give me a number at this number. Whichever
So
comes
keep
first.
rolling it
Until
you
I get
one-
Until-
one
yeah.
or the other
Yeah.
number.
Okay, yeah. Are you gonna make all your life decisions this way?
Oh, it's God's choice. God's will, bro.
He's gonna get a rishta in front of him.
It's like wait. Let me pull
So
up.
I think a couple of months back, my parents found someone.
Oh God, it's actually real.
Yeah. And I did a dice roll. It was yes. Now I'm like, I want to do a best of 3 now.
He always has stipulations to it. It's like no. Best of three.
So with best of 3, I got saved.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, sweet.
Got saved.
No. But when your mom asks like, oh, what's your reason for saying no? You're like, oh, I'd roll the dice.
No, I don't say that. I say like, let me think about it. Let me ponder over it.
Yeah.
Let me sleep over it, and then I.
Wow, mature man. She's
Yeah, of
probably like,
course.
wow, my son's mature.
I'm meeting his mom. I can slip this and be like, your son relies on a dice roll to make his life.
Then he goes into his room.
Yeah.
And she thinks he's about to start sleeping, and he's just
Dice rolls.
I've done it from meals to everything, honestly.
Yeah, but meals it makes sense because the stakes are not that high. Your life decisions. Are you making these decisions at work as well? Like, am I gonna do this job or not? Dice
Honestly,
roll.
I changed my jobs based on dice roll.
Okay. Yeah. So it works out. Has it ever like have you ever regretted like, oh, the dice roll said this and I rather wanted it to go
I bought a
yes?
stock called TW8 based on dice roll. I'm 97% down right now.
It is 0.2 cents
Yeah.
at the moment.
And
Yeah.
I got it for 50 cents.
It's never gonna work out all
Or
perfect
5
for you,
cents.
bro.
5 cents, yeah.
Yeah.
So 0.02 cents. So it's like, no regrets because I'm going to save money through tax, bro.
Money to tax.
I'm going to sell it and claim losses and then
Yeah.
make money. So yeah, works out fine.
Okay. I've been meaning to ask. I've already told you guys this story in Turkey.
Yes.
I told you this story. I'm pretty sure. I hit a dog. I'm
Oh,
pretty
yes,
sure the
yes,
dog
you
died.
told me, yeah.
But I'm getting mixed reactions from people who like dogs and don't like dogs. So people who like dogs, they're like, bro, how could you do this? You know, did you not go to check up on the dog? So it was a stray dog, ran in front of my car as I was driving. I hit it at night.
Yeah.
So it was like pitch black dark. So when I hit it, I saw that, the dog was there. My sister saw it as well. And I didn't have time to stop. So I kept driving.
Did
And
you
then-
slow down or did you speed up?
No, why would I speed up?
The
bro?
thing is, if you sped up enough, it would have passed the dog already.
No, bro. The dog was right in front of my car. If I sped up even more, it would have hit me right in the middle. So I braked enough that like it went past my car a bit and then hit the side.
If you had hydraulics, you could have used the hydraulics and it would have gone over the dog.
Need for Speed style.
Yeah.
If I could, yeah.
No speed,
I wish I
boss.
did. But so I'm getting mixed reactions. For people who hate dogs or like are not fond of dogs, they're like, oh well, it was only a dog.
Yeah.
It wasn't a cat or anything. And then when people who like are full affection with dogs or whatever, they're like, why didn't you stop to check up on him? I would have, stopped my car. From your opinion, did I do the right thing by not stopping because it was too dark to stop? And
I don't care.
Continue.
I don't know if I would have done that, but like it's a random stray dog, man. Like.
nah,
jump
but
in
I
front of
still
the car.
felt bad because like Turkey has dogs everywhere.
Maybe it was a suicidal dog. There was another instance.
He was
where-
asking for it.
well, exactly.
No, I wouldn't say that
Maybe
far,
he
but
did
yeah.
him a favor. Maybe he had a terrible disease that was rotting away at his brain.
Oh,
You just
low-key.
don't know, bro.
I think those people are selfish. They don't realize you provide a dog with his choice, bro.
What
Bro,
choice?
Execution. Like, dog wanted to die.
The
you
dog rolled the dice as
wasila.
well. Should I jump in front of the car or not?
Bro, we were in Jervis Bay, right?
Yeah.
We're traveling in 2 cars.
Mm-hmm.
And we're on this sort of more rural road where
Yeah.
a bit more farm. And there was a duck, right?
Mm-hmm.
This duck on the side of the road. And it started approaching the road as we were passing. So the first car started slowing down and then it wasn't crossing, so it went.
Yeah.
And and then the duck just bolted onto the road. And then the first car swerved and managed to avoid it. And the second car, obviously, they couldn't see
See
the
it
duck,
in
so
time,
they
yeah.
just squashed it. And it was like, what was the duck thinking, man?
Yeah, well, they don't have depth perception, bro. They're animals.
Man. Two big machines approach.
They haven't evolved to like judge speeds yet, I think.
Suicidal duck, bro.
Bro, there are a lot of suicidal animals. Like,
Kamikaze duck.
yeah, you see kangaroos, they do the same thing. They just jump out of nowhere and then you hit them. But whenever, if I tell someone or like we hit a kangaroo, they're like, oh yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
Or when you tell them like hit a dog, it's like, oh, what's wrong with you, bro? Are you psychotic? Like, why didn't you stop? So what you're saying is I wasn't in the wrong.
Yep. You
Okay.
weren't in the wrong. What do you think?
In Pakistan, when I went, or like when I told my cousins afterwards that live in Pakistan, they were like, oh, kutte ko hi to mara, like you just, it's a dog, because they don't have no affection to dogs over there, because they only see dogs as like full of rabies
but
and like stray.
Apparently people do have dogs as pets.
In Pakistan,
But
it's like protection, more so protection.
Because in Islam, I don't know if it's Islamic thing. I haven't read it properly.
Nah, bro, it's just
to
a
be honest.
Pakistan thing.
No, but you can't have dogs inside the
It's
house.
an Islamic thing because they're nudges. Dogs are nudges. They're
Well,
impure.
you can't have them like running around and like licking you, whatever.
Yeah,
But in
yeah.
you can still have them as like
No, but you
pets, as like
but
security.
they have to be inside the property, but outside the house itself. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they can't be inside your.
There is
Like
like
dogs.
what's it called? Difference of opinion on this. So like, yeah, I
But
wouldn't say
majority,
it's,
the way I grew up, like we had a dog in Pakistan, and we used to also have cows too. So this dog used to be a guard dog for the cows, but then it started getting crazy because we never came inside the house. We just used to chuck it fruit from across the fence.
was he humping the cows
Huh?
or something?
No. So one time, it was my uncle's dog,
Yeah.
and one time we just brought him to inside our property,
Yeah.
and he started chasing me, bro.
Yeah.
So this dog was a loose case now, and like he was a big dog too. So what they did was they made sure somehow got the dog to the other property, and they used TT. What is it called in English?
Like a small like
Like a 9mm.
9mm.
And
yeah, gun.
they shot it from our property. So we had two adjacent properties.
But you assassinated a dog?
No, not me. One of my uncles. And it was a crazy dog. It was a big dog. It can like, if you wanted to.
Bro, I don't know why I'm
Tear you apart.
laughing, bro. You killed the dog.
So
That's killing a dog.
so,
Me,
so
right?
they put it back to the property where the cows were.
Yeah.
And they went into a first floor of our property and they shot it because otherwise you can't put
Oh,
it down.
so it was like a rabid dog. Like they
It
had to
became
kill.
rabid. It
Yeah.
was a normal dog back in the day. It
Well,
was
in
like
Pakistan, humans become rabid. So like dogs will become rabid as well. The streets are so dirty and stuff. Like
No,
it's
this
not a
was
good.
like strictly inside our to both
Yeah.
of our properties. So, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm confused. Did you kill it in your neighbor's property?
No, so we had two properties side by side. One of
Oh,
it was
okay.
like a house /
The other was
garden.
Like a more farm.
It was like a farm situation.
I see.
So we put it back to the farm. We went on a vantage point,
And then,
and then
did you guys just leave the body there? What happened?
no. Once it was dead, I think they must have put it away. I was a kid back then. I would have been like 8 or 9.
Yeah,
The
very
more you
dogs
learn,
to
bro.
either
Bro, but like if
bodyguard,
dogs
spy
become
on.
crazy
I
in
saw a
Pakistan.
video yesterday. It was on my YouTube shorts, and this guy had his dog with 50 or 60 cuts on it. He took to the vets, and vet put 50 stitches on the dog itself.
Yeah.
It was a pit bull. Then after the stitches situation, the dog goes back to home, and he follows the blood trail the dog came from.
Yeah.
He goes to a forest situation, and he sees 7 dead coyotes.
Coyotes just like
Oh,
There.
damn.
So this pit bull kills 7 coyotes, bro. Like if a pit bull gets mad, like there's no way you can
Oh,
stop
Lord.
it.
imagine leaving him around a baby, bro. The pit bull just like leave no remains for the kid. Like it
Maybe
was
some
just
bone somewhere in
yeah.
there.
So it's kind of scary that like pit bulls are just like regular pets for people and stuff.
They shouldn't be.
Yeah.
No, they're crazy animals, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, you wanted to bring something up and you were
Because like both address why we could not be on podcast. Our good friend Trey. Let's address it, bro. What happened?
By the way, before we start, we did speak to you beforehand and you were like, yeah, I'm cool
Nah,
with
I
chatting
didn't-
about
I didn't give any consent.
Okay, let's
Nah,
not talk about
let-
it.
Bro, I was just pretty lazy. I didn't really do much.
Okay, yeah. What made you lazy, bro?
No, I'm joking. So my father unfortunately passed away a bit over a month ago.
Rip.
Yeah.
So obviously we weren't really recording.
What the hell's wrong with this kid, bro? Yeah.
Rip, bro, rest in peace.
Yeah, I know, but like the way he said it.
Rip. Yeah, unfortunately he had a stroke and he was late stage cancer.
Yeah.
He passed away quickly, which I think he would have preferred. But yeah, that's why I was away for quite a while.
That was a humbling experience for me because I think Muslim funerals are very intimate, if I may say.
Yeah.
They are raw, like
Because they happen like
fast.
fast and then
It's not glorified.
yeah. It's not like
even though their sect is different, so it was a very different funerals.
Yeah.
But I think white funerals are like more beautiful. They watch YouTube videos or like.
But they lead up, like it's like a week or two after that they bury the person.
Funerals do? I'm confused.
So I know like one of my neighbors, like his wife passed away.
Yeah.
So they had like a long like procession leading up to the actual day of the funeral, where like the family would like get together. They would pick out what flowers they were gonna put on the wife's tomb. They would collect items of hers and then like put it with her body or whatever. So it's like a whole like procession. And then the only thing I like about their funeral processions, and I'm not saying white people, just like more Anglo or like Christian to an extent, is that they sort of do celebrate the person's life. So it's more of like a remembering the good times with those people.
Yeah.
With ours, like I've tend to notice like it's more like, because I think it happens like quickly, which is like required by the religion, but we don't really celebrate the person's life. It's more like just a lot of crying and grieving, and then
there's no like personal touch. There's no like speech about.
But you rather be that, or would you rather be a more?
Or like you can do it after, like you do the like I would combine it with ours in a way, like you do it quickly because it's required, and secondly you like celebrate the person's life after. You're just not like grieving for like the whole month or whatever by yourself.
True, cause
you get lonely, bro. Yeah.
But I think our funerals make you humbled, man. Like, the washing. I don't know if you guys washed the body. If you did.
Yeah.
Washing the body, putting them to the grave itself, walking with the body, even though he isn't our parent.
Yeah.
But like, or our family member. But like, you were walking with them. I guess I was living in the same house.
Yeah.
So I could see their reaction changing over time. Their their emotions toward the father changing within 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And I think it's more humbling because it makes you more mindful of like when we will pass away.
When
like
we will go, yeah. My grandmother passed away, but we saw like the funeral procession like over Zoom or whatever. So yeah, it like feels weird.
What are your takes on that kind of stuff? Because I saw my grandfather's funeral over Skype.
Yeah.
But then when I see someone else recording it and I'm like, yo, that's kind of messed up. But for me, that was my...
No, like I would like recording in the sense like you record a video and save it to your phone.
Yeah, I think that's kind of messed up.
Yeah, that's messed up. Like if you're just showing it like
like a streaming situation.
Streaming like, such and such as, their body's been taken away, see it for the last time, which is common in our culture for some reason.
We recorded a video for the funeral procession when we were actually in the graveyard for like cousins and stuff overseas.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like if someone's just keeping it on their phone is a bit weird. Yeah.
So.
But like what were your emotions towards you said you were happy to answer, so like if I ask a question which you're not comfortable, just say so. Yeah, what was like, because it happened sort of all of a sudden.
Yeah. You
guys didn't have much time to like go through, planning what life would be like afterwards. So it all happened all of a sudden. So what were your guys' family's emotions like leading up to when you found out that it was terminal?
We didn't really discuss after, like what would happen after he passed until a bit into it, especially because his current wife and my stepmom was pretty like she would still think, even though the doctors were saying he was palliated, she was still like expecting God to pull a miracle and stuff. So she wasn't really level-headed or anything. But no, it's just all really quick. Like we had a lot of support, as you would have seen in the hospital, or as seen in the son would have seen in the hospital. Like the whole Kashmiri community and stuff. Like a lot of them were there, and a lot of them were like asking us those tough questions, like, "Do you know where he's going to be buried?
Yeah.
Have you organized like a funeral home to pick him up and stuff like that?" And that was kind of what we needed, because otherwise it was sort of like, we knew these things needed to be done, but no one took the initiative to do it. Because it was also like, should we organize it? Because we had a very complicated relationship with my father and his current wife. And so it was like, should we initiate it? Should she be initiating it? She's not level-headed, so does the onus fall on us? Like, what's happening? And so, we kind of needed that question from the community to basically...
get your act together.
Yeah. And so, it's all a very quick process. We had to organize everything. It's kind of just like, we don't know where the funds are coming from and stuff, but, we'll organize it and think about that afterwards.
Yeah.
So
one thing, so just for your reference, you were not there. We have a different sect, like we followed a different sects. And the way they do their funeral is very different to the way Sunni or majority of Muslims do their funerals. Their funeral had like maybe 20, 30 different versions, like, add-ons like prayers, face this direction prayer. It's a bit of music situation going on with like singing and stuff.
Okay.
No music, I would say. That's kind of disrespectful. I like singing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I think they use all the cheat codes, bro. Like, once you go through their funeral, you can't go to hell anymore.
Regular funeral.
Like, they're sorted, bro. They're sorted now. Like, at that time I realized, bro, I need to be Shia. Because honestly, bro, from the amount of praise,
Bro, this guy, you guys are grieving. This guy's like, oh yeah, I like that.
but when I think about it, bro, like how many prayers did we do for him?
We would have done like
4 or 5.
But the thing is, you're saying this, but within Sunni Islam, there are sects that do these type of things as well. So you could just join them as well.
Yeah, low-key, bro. So after that, you don't need to pray at all, bro. I think if someone does all that situation for me, I'm sorted. Until
it adds up to everything.
Funny enough, that was actually my first ever funeral I've been to as well. I haven't been to any funerals before.
Yeah.
But that was my first one.
Obviously, like he was your dad, but this is the closest person you've lost.
Yeah.
And has it like sunk in yet, or like you guys are like still dealing with it?
I think it hasn't hit me as hard because I haven't lived with him for about 1.5 years.
Yeah.
I didn't really speak to him much. But for the family that was with him, I think it would have hit them harder because it was a small household. There's like 3 people in the household, and then
like someone big from like daily life has gone, which would be different.
Like day to day, like I don't notice it.
Yeah.
So it's not as huge as it is for like my stepmother or my brother, for example. Because obviously, every morning they wake up, they go downstairs, and he's not there.
Yeah.
They'll have a shower, come out, look in his room, and he's not there.
Yeah,
And
it's different.
a constant reminder, especially when you've spent so much time with him day in, day out.
Yeah.
So it's a very different experience to what I'm experiencing, just because I didn't have that interaction every day or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was it's a weird process. To
Okay,
go through.
I think we just going too much into that, and I want to change topics now. One thing I'll mention is the food situation. There,
Bro, what the hell is wrong with this
I think
guy?
it's actually respectful, bro. Because I've had some funerals in my family in Pakistan, and bro, like, people ask for boti, like
People ask for like extra
bro.
food, bro.
And they kind of burns my heart, bro.
Yeah.
Like, someone died from the family, and so my grandfather's mother died. I was part of the funeral, and then I remember like people asking for more chicken in the biryani. As a kid, I thought it sounded wrong to me, and my mom was like, she was going off crazy, like, what is this people do? What are these people doing?
Yeah.
They're asking for more botis in a funeral.
Yeah.
And no one was reading Quran, which kind of was like, there was a reason people gathered after a funeral. So you can pay respects, you can like, pray Quran and stuff. And these people want to eat biryani, man. So one thing I appreciate about the simplicity of their funeral in terms of
like the people didn't bother them and stuff, like they just like came and paid their respects and moved on.
Pretty much.
You know what happens in Pakistan? They when like someone dies in the family, it happens 2 occasions actually. When you're celebrating something or you're mourning something as well. They get like little plastic bags. They tie them up and there's biryani inside them. So they're just walking in the street and they just start chucking it to people and stuff. It's called langar, right? And the people just catch him. It's like, oh, what is this for? Oh, we're mourning someone who's died.
Well, we needed to do that. We actually did have food. It was just at the mosque after the procession.
Yeah.
But obviously there weren't a lot of people because most people just came for the procession, not really so much for the food. And I think it was like some dal curry or something with rice.
You can't really be chucking that, bro. You need to hand them.
They made so much because they were expecting a lot of people. And we had a shitload afterwards. We had to figure out what to do with it.
Yeah.
We couldn't figure out what to do with it. So there was actually a shitload of food.
I think their funeral was way longer than a normal Sunni funeral.
Yeah.
Like for us, we just go pray, put the body down, do some kind of Fatiha, and we leave.
Yeah.
I think this one would have taken like 2 hour and a half or something, which is something you don't really account for in your day.
Yeah.
So when I told my colleagues, like, I'm gonna leave early, I'm gonna be back, I want to see I reach home after like 5 hours of the
Yeah.
whole procession.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a long way away. as
That
well.
was
Yeah.
long way, but like the whole process took like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
For us, it's like in and out, quick one, like
Yeah.
drive-through situation.
Can we end on this? With this topic at least. You guys have a unique way of like processing grief as well. You and your brothers. All our friends are telling, but these guys are cracking jokes all the time and stuff. which is a unique way to do it. Like there's nothing like people go down the route of like, you know, just constantly grieving, crying,
Yeah.
which is normal. Certain people need to cry. Certain people use humor and like dark jokes to get through the grief as well. And you guys have gone down that path. Was this a choice, or you guys that's just the way you guys are?
That's just naturally how we are.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the type to wallow in sadness for a long period of time. So I'll have my moments of sadness and moments of crying and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But for the majority of it, like we're cracking jokes with friends and things.
Yeah, but it's helped you. You think?
Yeah, I think it helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good to know, bro.
I discovered one thing through the whole procession. One thing.
Bro, you've experienced everything.
No,
This guy was just making
nah,
notes while you guys are grieving. He's like, "Oh, I like this about
No.
this."
So his brother used to hype this place called Chickenlicious. It's a burger joint.
Yeah.
It's in Liverpool. In my
Yes.
mind, I was like, how good can a chicken burger please
Yeah.
be in Liverpool? And I was never curious enough to go to Liverpool to find out. When his dad was in hospital, I had a chance of going Liverpool. I drove past Chickenlicious. In my mind, I made this mental note. I need to come back.
Yeah.
So now his brother was overseas at the time too, and he was coming the day after Chickenlicious. So when I had Chickenlicious, so when I had it, it was terrible, bro. And my first inclination was to message
go
his
up to
brother,
his brother.
Musa,
This-
what is this,
this
bro?
one sucks.
What is this? This place sucks. I took a photo on my phone. I was like, I'm gonna like let it process a bit,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I couldn't do it.
Have you let him know it now?
I told him a couple of days after the
Bro, I
funeral.
hate to break it to you, but Chickenlicious is in Guildford, not Liverpool.
There's one in Liverpool
That must
too.
be a different one.
It's same company, different.
Not the same, bro. Don't worry.
Okay, so I'm still.
It's
I can't.
The weather is different in Guildford, bro. Chicken tastes better over there.
Sure.
Anyway, didn't want to talk about anything else. So yeah, that's why we've been away, I guess, like traveling,
Yes.
losing
Camera
a
light
parent.
doesn't seem on, bro. It's no red light in there.
No, it's on the back.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
it's working. And then but we're back now. I think we're gonna be doing regular episodes again.
Yeah.
We
Inshallah.
have topics in mind. If you want to be a guest on the podcast, and if you come this far in the
Please
podcast,
reach out.
please reach out. And yeah, we'll be back regular again. Anyway, this has been another episode of the Trash Talk Experience. Condolences once again, brother.
Bro.
I haven't seen you much actually since I've come back. So yeah.
I've only seen you once or twice.
Yeah.
Bro, it's been really busy these days. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Anyway, this has been another episode of Trash Talk Experience. Please follow us on our Instagram and TikTok. And then you can watch this on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.